The event. Background to the event. Or history of the event. Earth and the inhabitants have been in a type of imprisonment and planetary quarantine since the times of Atlantis. At that time the planet was secretly invaded as a hostile force manipulated the planet into an advanced forms of warfare that almost destroyed the planet. The light forces withdrew from the battle in order to save the planet from becoming another asteroid belt. They promised to return to achieve victory and to liberate the peoples of Earth from the hostile force. It does sound like a fantasy, but it is not. We do not want to go into great detail on this subject, but the fact remains we of Earth are not alone, we never have been alone, and we never will be alone. This universe is teeming with intelligent sentient life. Furthermore, our planet has been experiencing ongoing interactions with ET races since time immemorial. This must be understood to truly grasp what is taking place at this time on our planet. Without going into metaphysical details that are unimportant to the event, we must realize that life is sacred and a beautiful gift that must be respected. Unfortunately, some beings have not been able to manifest this realization, and they have been the cause for much of the universal discord, fear, anxiety and destruction on our world. The world's societies and political and financial structures that have been corrupted by forces of greed, lust for power, hostile intent, and malicious manipulation are being orchestrated by very sophisticated beings, principalities, and powers. Most of these forces are unknown and unseen by the world at large. They are so far advanced technologically and they have hidden themselves so well that understanding what has been the real situation is nearly impossible for the average individual to discern. We have been easily manipulated, and the nature of the dastardly plans includes genocide and destruction of life upon our world. Imagine someone with a master's degree in child psychology manipulating an innocent child of 4, and you will have some idea of the cunning nature of these selfish individuals. These reprehensible beings have exercised their will against the very fabric of light and life for long enough. Now, they need to be arrested and stopped. The center of creation itself has decreed that they must be removed from positions of influence to receive healing and to understand the deep consequences of their actions so that the suffering of life on our world can come to an end. Just as we have criminals who make hostile takeovers on turf wars on Earth, the same thing has happened on a planetary level throughout the history of our galaxy. Our planet was involved in an invasion many thousands of years ago. The result has been ongoing genetic manipulation, implantation technologies and mind control via a very sophisticated technology of which we have been unaware. We have been controlled and manipulated by what some call the dark side. Most people have relegated these advanced manipulations that are the cause of myth and many of the more convoluted histories to fantasy. There are different levels to this hostile force, but on Earth their agents could be called the Cabal. We have always been responsible for our actions, but the influence to distort our consciousness has been a formidable foe. In fact, this negative mental virus dominates most of the world. We are now at the crossroads and an end must come to this tyranny and the attempt to enslave our planet. To make things simple, we will not designate the Cabal as ET or human. They are simply selfish criminals guilty of crimes against humanity. This site has provided numerous links to other sources to provide ample evidence for these indictments of genocide, genetic manipulation, murder, theft, racketeering, treason, mind control, genocide, genetic altering, poisoning of water, air, food, to name a few. The list is too long and too depressing to detail here, but we have links. This will come as a shock to many, but there are members of the world's military and intelligence agencies that have been involved in ongoing interactions with ET races for over 60 years. These ET interactions are not limited to governmental agencies. In fact, the open-minded elite intelligentsia of the world's science technological vocations have been physically contacted or communicated with as well. Many of these interactions have been very benevolent, positive and even highly spiritual in nature. There are many members of regular civilian population and society who also have been having informational exchanges of varying degrees with our brothers and sisters or space family. Unfortunately, not all contacts have been of a positive nature, and this has led to much confusion. This confusion must end. To ensure the planetary liberation process, the benevolent forces of ET races have been making plans with various elite corps of Earth-based military and law enforcement personnel to ensure the joint action of arrest of these criminal conspirators. These plans are quite detailed, and they have made every allowance for every contingency to ensure non-violent arrests and total victory. The plan of action has been to amass enough evidence to arrest these criminals. The evidence has been in hand for decades, but these criminals are in control of the world's media and military forces, as well as the financial institutions and many other key aspects of our societal structure as well. These individuals and their secret societies are deeply involved in the politics and literally control the world's view by manipulation. The arrests of these individuals has been a long, slow and arduous task, and the world's peoples owe a great debt to the brave individuals who have had to remain hidden to see that justice is restored to our planet. There are very wise beings and spiritual forces who have been promising for a very long time that the curtain will come down on the travesty which is the tyrannical exploitation of an entire planet and all of its life streams. This promise is soon to be realized, as ET races will soon coordinate the plan for the liberation of our world. The Agarthan network, the RM and the Earth-based ground crew populace will also be very involved in these physical arrests. Unbeknownst to many, there have been major battles inside the Earth's crust caverns and in outer space as well. This has been kept secret for various reasons, and both sides have their reasons for keeping this under wraps. The time for secrecy is over, and the truth must be revealed. There are advanced technologies which can influence and control human emotions and feelings in a powerful way. These have been and are being used against the average unaware human to his detriment. We Earth humans as it now stands are not capable of overcoming these technologies at our current level of development, and therefore we are being aided by benevolent forces who can match and neutralize these advanced technologies all at once. Before the actual arrests can take place, various elements of the electronic fence and implant matrix which manipulates the human consciousness field must be brought down. This aspect of the preparations is currently in progress and must be completed before the final enforcement actions are enacted. This will take time, and no man nor angel knows the hour it will happen when it happens, and most likely will come like a thief in the night. We have prepared for change, have great faith that what is known as the compression breakthrough will occur in the not-too-distant future. However, patience is key to remaining stable as we prepare to be of service to our fellow man, who for the most part will have no idea exactly what is taking place. This general apathy and drowsy malaise which is firmly embedded in the human population is now being dispelled by awake and aware individuals who are stepping into their truth and declaring their support for the light forces. This is the purpose of this website, to awaken people to the imminent changes so they are not caught unaware. The more people who know what is transpiring and are active in supporting the event in a peaceful way, the better off the planet will be. The smoother the transition, the quicker we can partake in greater revelations. One of the main plans for the event to be successful is to disable the central banking system, which is the root of the manipulation and control system on planet Earth. There have been tests in this vital aspect of the event's implementation, and they have been successful. It is unfortunate but necessary that the world's population will be somewhat disrupted by the closing of the world's banking system, but this is necessary to cripple the criminals to ensure they cannot continue to wreak havoc at the time of the event. The ET forces have very advanced technologies, and they will act as the eyes and ears for the world's police forces during the actual arrests. This will ensure a minimal amount of violence takes place and ensure the safety of the police forces. All in all, thousands of years of preparation have been involved in making the way for this planetary liberation process, and it is important that you who read these words know and respect the wisdom behind the patience to ensure our success. The delays are necessary as this is a fluid model of interaction and the human element comes into play. Rest assured, all haste is being made to end the suffering artificially created on our planet. Research the links here on this website if you doubt the criminal activity. Research the mountains of evidence of extraterrestrial life. Do not look for evidence in your mafia-controlled mainstream media, as this is controlled by the puppet masters and is designed to confuse and mislead you. Make no mistakes where you stand. We cannot serve ignorance, superstition and fear any longer. The whole truth is here and it is setting us free, but we must take its hand. The event is a righteous and just cause and will take place as planned. Please be prepared and think about the information we have shared here and see if there are any other suggestions you might have to prepare for this momentous period. What can you do before the event? We are about to enjoy both a non-violent liberation of the planet